Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Iggy here. Today I would like to talk about the use of the arpeggios. So arpeggios can be a very viable solution when we want to avoid to play scales up and down all the time. So don't misunderstand me, learning and playing scales is super important. It's important to understand the theory and the harmony behind of it, and ultimately it's important to understand exactly where we are located, how the guitar fretboard is structured, and also how to apply those notes over a chord progression. At the same time though, playing scales all the entire time can be kind of a bit boring because scales always have the type of intervallic structure that is always the same. It tends to be always symmetrical, always made by a same series of numbers. Okay, so when we play actually arpeggios, we tend to skip some notes of the scale, and the result is a little bit different. It's just, yeah, just more cool. Definitely, we become way more melodic and also way interesting because we break the rule, and also we break the same sound that we always could have by using scales. So guys, let's see together the first chord taken from the chord progression over which I played at the very beginning of this video. So the chord is actually C sharp minor 7 to be more precise. So this chord is formed always by the notes C sharp and E and G sharp. If we take the minor 7 version of this chord, we're going to play C sharp, E, G sharp, and natural B. Now, this chord also generates one scale, that is the C sharp minor natural scale. Okay, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, and C sharp again. Now, when I play actually a chord, what I do is cutting out 4 notes of the scale. So if I want to play C sharp, E, and G sharp, I'm going to cut out all the rest of the notes of the scale. Okay. What I can do also is adding here the 7th. So I will have a C sharp minor 7th. And I will cut out 3 notes from the scale. Okay, so this actually is way different because if I just use the scale, okay, it sounds like a scale. So I have all the notes that are together, the one each other. But if I just use the chord, I have wide intervals between one note and another. So this ends up with making our playing way more melodic. Now that we know exactly which is the difference between scales and chords, let's see together which is the chord progression that I played at the beginning of the video. So we have C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7th, A major 7th, and G sharp 7th. Okay, this is actually an harmonic progression taken by the C sharp minor harmonic scale. So what we are going to do right now is actually playing for each chord 5 different positions of the related arpeggio. So for example, for C sharp minor 7 here, we're going to play 5 different positions of the arpeggio, and all the rest for all the chords. Okay, let's start. So C sharp minor 7th. And then we do the same also for F sharp 7th. Also, we can do the same for A major 7th. G sharp 7th. Okay, now that we have all the different arpeggios, we can combine each arpeggio with the scales, and also we can add all the nuances of the guitar. So if we just limit our resources to play only the arpeggios, it's gonna sound like an exercise. So what we can do when we improvise is trying to mix together the scales and the arpeggios together. But what's important is that whenever there is a chord change, we have to immediately change the arpeggio. So the principle is that we are going to play the spelling, let's say, of each chord by playing the relative arpeggio, and then we mix this arpeggio with all that there is around itself. So we add actually some more nuances by using the bending, the vibratos, micro bendings, slide, everything you want really, because it doesn't have to sound as an exercise. But it's important that whenever you change the chord, you are going to also change the arpeggio, because this will, let's say, make the sound of each chord. So now that we know how to apply each arpeggio over each chord of the progression, I'm going to show you an exercise that I wrote for you that actually uses all the concepts that we saw together along the lesson. And you will find the full transcription on my Patreon page. Let's go. It's all for today, folks. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also leave me a big thumb up if you liked this lesson. Also, guys, you can always subscribe to my Patreon page, and there you will find all the tabs, the transcriptions, and the diagrams of each of my new lessons that I'm going to publish here on my channel on a weekly basis. And please also add me on Instagram and on TikTok. I love to connect also with you guys there. So I will see you all next time, and study well and shred on.